a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Done to Markkanen. On a pass stolen by the Knicks.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Big finish that time for Julius Randle.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Mitchell Robinson swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Not that time. Fires the 3, and he knocks it down.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Chicago basketball. Done to Markkanen. Count the bucket for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Smith into the front court. His team on top by 8. And the basket good at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
I got him.
Done to Porter. 4-3. Not that time. He missed it.
Make the next one. Make the next one.
To Julius Randle. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Morris. Jumper's good.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Dunn to Levine. Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Porter to Chris Dunn. Won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
New York in control of the basketball. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Dennis Smith Jr. No good. To Porter. Dunn. From long range. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Oops. He missed the first one. It's a second. One more coming. And he missed the free throw. 1 for 3 on that try. Into the front court comes Smith. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. And count the basket inside.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Porter. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Hayden with the basketball. The lead stands at 9. Done. Oh, he had it. Hayden into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. And a nice finish at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Here we go. I got him. I got him. I got ball. I got mine. Don't get yours. I got mine.
The shot by Payton won't fall. Straight on 3. At the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter, with the Knicks enjoying a sizable lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. To Young. Oh, he had him there for a second. Count the basket at the rim.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Timeout here for the Knicks as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Don't forget, fans, you can present your tickets now at any participating Vs.Knicks Burgers restaurant for a 10% discount on your meal. Vs.Knicks Burgers, where the grill is magic.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Young. Has a look. Not that time. The possession lies with New York. Sets him up. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. Offensive board. Julius Randle. Huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Markkanen. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Smith with it up top. We're a minute into the second quarter. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Smith with the basketball. It's a 9-point lead. A lot of contact. No whistle. Randle to Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. The pass set it all up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. you essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And finishes strong. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Smith now into the front court. Up a dozen. And too much contact.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Smith. Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it. Turns and slams it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Baseline drive to Dennis Smith Jr. Going to launch beyond the arc. Contested shot, Marcus Morris can't hit.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The follow won't go either. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Bulls with it.
I got ball. That's me. Got him. I got him. Here we go.
Smith. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. To Markkanen. Count the basket inside.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Smith into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half.
Offensive foul to number 5, Dennis Smith.
And he finishes at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rebounds pulled down by New York. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it. To Markkanen. Got it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Into the front court comes Smith. His guys should be able to get the final shot. It's good, and 1.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good. A 3-point play as they move in front here just before the break. It's Chicago ball.
Can you stand? He's coming. Can you stand?
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Hold on.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Knicks have the lead. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Dunn goes to the right side. Baseline drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Wayne Ellington. To Wendell Carter. And Randall right there to take in the rebound. To Dennis Smith Jr. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Julius Randle, a couple of free throws on the way. 71% for his career. First one goes down.
You know that's easy. They can't guard you.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Porter. Otto Porter not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Chris Dunn. Levine. Passed it off. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Levine to Chris Dunn. Shot from the lane won't go. To Julius Randle. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Gets it in the right corner. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. To Wendell Carter. Markkanen. Deep left corner. Levine. Zach Levine. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Chicago.
Payton. Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Young. Off the iron. No good. To Payton. Plenty of contact. The shot, no good.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Gibson.
Defense, let's go.
He was hacked. They let it go. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Two for two on that trip.
I got ball. This is all me.
Here comes the screen.
Go take mine. Go take mine. I got yours.
Smith now. Dennis Smith Jr. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Nice pass to set things up.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Kevin Knox to Taj Gibson. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Dennis Smith Jr. up against Porter. Smith on the drive, but his shot won't fall.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Otto Porter. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5. Has a chance. Smith with a shot. It won't fall. That ends the third quarter. The Knicks have the lead. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Hayden. 5 to shoot.
Screen left coming.
Lets it fly from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
Porter.
I got ball.
Missed a wide open look. To Markkanen. Carter to Markkanen. Porter knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Missed it at the line. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Done. To Markkanen. Markkanen slams it down.
The 7th pick overall, Larry Markkanen had an exquisite rookie season, ending the year all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Visit our team website for more details.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Stepping in for the Chicago Bulls, number 21.
Smith to the basket, but it stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Carter to Markkanen. Can't miss those.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To Marcus Morris. For three. Not that time. Driving right to the basket. To Young. Thaddeus Young. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Young. That no good. Off the mark. To Marcus Morris. Finish that.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Dennis Smith Jr. buries it on the catch and shoot.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
To Zach LaVine. Nothing going here on that drive. Curling inside, Zach LaVine doing what he does best.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Smith with it up top. Leads 4. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. To Markkanen. Nothing going here on that drive. Markkanen. Zach LaVine. Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Bulls with the basketball. To Markkanen. Thaddeus Young. 3 for 6 now.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
I got him.
And count the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Wendell Carter. Gets it in the left corner. Fires the 3. Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Now we get a call for reaching in. Intentional foul. That means free throws with under a minute to go in the game.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Here comes the screen.
On your left. Here he comes. Watch the cutter, man.
New York with 4 to shoot. Has a look.
Head up.
Count the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence.